Hi, my name is Joanna Johnson with Lefty Productions, and I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful vintage paper flowers. First I started with die-cut scalloped circles. I ran through the paper crimper twice, one way and then the other way, to break down the fibers in the paper. They end up looking like this. There are quite a few steps to this process, but the more circles you start with, the better. Then I took my crimped circles and I dipped them in coffee. That gives it a vintage color and also wets the paper down so that you can go like this and crumple them up. Makes them look old. And then you let them dry. When they're dry, you take your crumpled up scalloped edged circle and punch a hole through the middle of each one. I've got 6 of them here, and I have my brad. But before I take my brad, I take this pretty green ink and go around the outside of each flower. It gives it an antique kind of vintagey look. It's a little bit shabby, a little bit chic, and it adds dimension. When they're all dry, you start with your favorite one on top and run your brad through each of the layers. And then press in tightly to secure your layers. Now that looks pretty good the way it is, but what I did then was I went through each layer and crushed it in again. Different directions, but each one firmly crushed in together towards the middle of the brad. And then let it open a little bit. And you end up with a really, really pretty, cheap embellishment. So this is the kind that I had online. They look like this. I also have them a little bit smaller, starting with mossy green paper with black ink around the outsides. And then to show you, you can do the same process with other shapes. These are the same idea, 2 different size die cuts with a different shape. They're gorgeous. So the steps are die cut, crimp, wet with coffee or with just water if you don't want to make it vintage looking, dry, ink, poke, brad, squish, and release. And they're beautiful. I hope that helps.